Hello and welcome to the Gamescast. Welcome back to FSX. This is our second training lesson. So,
Indeed.
In the first one we sort of talked about just the airplane in general. We didn't actually get to take off or anything.
Yeah, we learned how to turn the aircraft on.
About a couple of the systems. Today we're going to actually be taxiing.
Right.
So, if you go to your top view.
Top view. Okay. So airplane, top view. Yeah.
Now you notice off to the right we have a centre taxi line.
Yeah.
That is the taxi line your front wheel should be on at all time.
Right. Okay.
Next to it you also notice there's like different E's and stuff.
Yeah.
Now there's a slight bug with the textures because we've got UK 2000 installed over the top of this.
There's a second runway.
Yeah, but UK 2000 puts a lot of landmarks and stuff and objects, which are very useful, and they look good. But anyway, that little E is a holding point. That's where air traffic controller may ask you to hold for whatever reason.
Right.
In this case, it's because you're coming up to a taxi.
It says K4 next to the holding point.
Pardon?
It says K4.
Yes, so it's a Kilo 4. So the air traffic controller would ask you to say, turn in Kilo 4 and choose a parking.
Mm-hmm.
So Kilo 4 is a smaller taxiway. Now, that main taxiway with the yellow line going down it, that is taxiway Alpha.
Yeah.
Now, Alpha means you can go clockwise. If there's another one, like in the bigger airports, you get Bravo. Bravo means you can go anti-clockwise.
Okay.
Now it just so happens that Shoreham, because it's so small and no big planes land in Shoreham, it means that you can go either way.
Right.
But at any larger, even slightly large airport, they will have two taxiways, and they will say if you can go, what ways you can.
So this is an Alpha runway, but you can go either way.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
So what else? So you'll notice, I was going to say something and I forgot. That's pretty much taxi. Yeah, what I was going to say is the taxi speed. There is no speed which is said, this is the speed you must taxi at. Taxiing is done at a fast walking pace, or at least that's what they describe as. However, normally we can go about up to 20 kilometres an hour. 20 kilometres, 20 knots.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is about 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, which is definitely a lot faster than walking pace.
Yes, exactly. But at these smaller airports, we don't really need to be exceeding much of over 50 knots. So yeah. If you want to start taxiing, then we're going to make a right-hand turn.
And use the rudder for taxiing.
Yeah, use the rudder for taxiing. Yeah.
Okay, so I take the parking brake off. Or here. Is that to release? Okay. Am I moving?
Yeah.
There we go.
So if we start to turn right.
Okay, where are we going then?
Just kind of head towards the runway. There isn't.
Are we going anti-clockwise?
We're going to go clockwise.
Or clockwise? Okay.
So we're going to take a left.
Going a bit quickly.
Now I will control something called the trim on takeoff. Now what the trim does, it allows me or us to control the amount the airplane moves up and down just by, we're on grass, you'll notice we'll speed up in a minute as we go to the tarmac.
Oh.
Which we have done.
Oh my goodness.
So just take it down a little bit.
Indeed we have gone a little bit.
Touch a brake, try and stabilise us.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. And now we go forwards.
A little bit of power. You don't need much in this plane, it's a very light aircraft. Now this one we'll just be doing a loop. I won't talk too much about your fuel and how to calculate a flight plan or anything like that, or even how to use autopilot. We're simply just going to go for a route, and we're going to use your skill to be able to control the plane in the air.
What skill there is, I can't actually control it on the taxiway.
Oh yeah, that's too.
Okay, so
we're going to carry on here.
Carry on forwards.
So if we were to park on one of of B sections, we'd go in there.
So you go down there if you were going to go into one of those hangars.
Yes. So you notice the weather's cleared up quite a lot.
It's quite clear.
Yeah, which is nice. Because we're doing this at a different time. You can see it's almost 6 o'clock. Is it 6 o'clock? Let me just check.
I don't know if this is just a problem with my controls, Hamish.
What?
But like, I seem to move the throttle up. Is there like a lag between sort of the moving the throttle up and actually going forwards?
Yes. So it's a
So I
prop. It's
seem
a
to be
prop
going like
plane.
really, really, really fast, or
Yeah.
just literally stop.
No, that is simulated. So what it is prop planes generally tend to be. You tend to get like almost like turbo lag because they need to use the air to move the plane. So yeah, you'll notice that it has to sort of build up sort of a
Momentum.
yeah, exactly, momentum before it can actually start to go forwards.
So where is it that we go onto the runway from here?
So we're just going to keep going forwards, and now at this point we could potentially turn left, and then on and carry on forwards. At this point we could potentially oh no, hang on, it's not at this point. There's the next point. Sorry, at the next point we could potentially turn left and go to the end of the runway. However, we're just going to carry on because there's another.
And that was the one earlier on that was marked Bravo, wasn't it? Taxiway marked Bravo.
Yes, possibly. Now, let's just have a look at this taxi sign.
It says A1.
So Alpha 1.
Alpha 102. So
Alpha 1, which is
2.
where we are. Then we've got it's telling us we're on runway 2.
Yeah.
Now, we should have stopped at that point, which we have done nicely. A holding point. We're going to check that it's clear. Can you see any aircrafts?
No.
No. Good.
Surprising. Can there be aircraft?
Yeah, we have AI traffic turned on, so yes, there are generally aircrafts.
Now we shall.
Now we'll carry on, and you'll be able to see a red sign in a minute.
It's not moving. I have about half throttle. Oh god.
Yeah, if it helps you, take it up to full power, then take it down to about 20% power.
Okay,
Now this sign here says runway ahead.
yeah.
So of course, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Do we want to stop on the runway?
No, we're going to carry on. We're going to make a slight right-hand turn. Now you're going to try and stabilise. Now don't go straight to full power. Go to about half, 50%
Oh
after you've stabilised.
god. Yeah. Okay. I'm stable.
Go tap it right a bit. Yeah. Now.
Okay. I don't quite have as much control because.
Okay. Now go to about 50%.
Okay. At 50 still. Power. Is that the trim?
Now full power. Yeah. That's the flaps.
Full
But it doesn't
power.
matter. I talked to you about that. Now I'll tell you what speed we're going to. I'm going to tell you to rotate, and then you pull back on the throttle. And this plane's about 80 knots. So like pull back.
Go on. Going back. Okay, we're in the air.
We're in the air. Right, now let go of the throttles. Let go of the what do you call it?
Joystick.
Not joystick. Just don't push forwards or backwards.
Okay.
So now I'm going to trim the plane.
Okay.
So now I'm using the trim.
Which is that lever down there, am I right?
Yes, it is.
So I can
Unfortunately,
see-
you
I
can't
can
do
see
it
it
because
moving.
I've got a thing to I set. Now
Yeah.
I've got the flaps, so I'm going to bring in the flaps. If you want to do that, Reith.
What does the flap? How do I do that? I
So-
don't think we've gone over that.
Haven't we? Okay, so if you press 7, no, sorry. If you press which one is it? It's like 6 or something.
It says these two at the end are 6 and 5.
Yeah, now press that in.
Is that down?
You have you've pulled them up.
Is that back?
No, that's fine. Now steer slightly right. That's obviously we've got a bit of a crosswind.
Okay. So how do I know where I'm meant to
The wind
fly?
at the moment is at 180. We are flying, yeah. So
How do I know where I'm meant to be flying?
well, we don't at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in this direction for about. Now we're going to use visual fly rules. So you should be able to see like a little mountainy type thing in front of us.
I can't really see over the propeller.
That's fine. Just use easy lock and lean up a touch. Again, you need to straighten up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see a mountainy thing in front of us.
Cool. Now, at that mountain thing, we're simply going to turn around when we prepare for landing.
Turn all the way around.
Yes.
180.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm now going to trim the plane to get us
Today's
level.
through the roof. I'm high as a kite. Okay.
So now you should only really need to steer left and right.
So am I right in saying, so at that mountain, do we want to turn left or right?
So what we're going to do at that mountain, we're going to turn right, and we're going to sort of make a 180-degree turn.
So what
backwards.
bearing are we on at the moment?
So you can see at the moment we're on a bearing of about 300.
How do I zoom in?
And you can see the little compass just in front of the propeller. It says 30. So
Yeah.
that's 300 at the moment.
Okay, so we want to go to.
Yeah.
So 300. What's the opposite of 300? So 300 minus 180 is
105 roughly.
Okay, not. It's 100.
20-ish actually.
120.
isn't it? Yeah.
No, that's 200. It's 220. No, it is 120.
120, yeah.
Yeah. So we want to turn around until we get to bearing 125. Is that right?
Yes, precisely.
Okay, and we should be facing east.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, almost east.
So, well, sort of.
Okay, so
southeast.
should I do a turn
Start
now?
turning, yeah. Make it smooth now. Remember, we don't want to overturn the plane. That's good at the moment. Now you can see that little. You can see the dial. So just underneath your speed, there's another dial. Underneath your speed, and at the moment we're at about a 30-degree turn. Now you want to straighten out a little bit more. That's good. That's good. That's good. Good.
Like
Good.
that.
Yeah. Now keep that turn. Keep the turn.
Okay.
We're almost at 90. So at 60. We're now currently east, which is now 90.
And there's 12.
And 12. So slowly start to straighten out. There you go. Now we can see the airport.
Where is the airport?
Just in front of us, slightly downwards.
I can't see it.
Can you? Okay.
What am I looking at here?
Now I'm going to trim the aircraft now. Reduce the power reef.
Reducing power. About 50%.
Yes, so that's good.
Okay, I'm going to try and look, see if I can see the runway. I'm not entirely sure what I'm meant to be looking at, to be honest.
It's sort of slightly off to the. It's fairly close to the coast.
Fairly close to the coast.
Yeah. And off to the right slightly. May or may not. It's kind of at the moment. It's currently at our 2 o'clock. Coming towards our 3 o'clock. I'm about to get into
At
the
3 o'clock, did you say?
Yes.
That's like directly
right.
right.
Yeah.
Do
So
we
if you
need
look
to-
out my window, you should be able to see it. Whoa.
So do we need to turn that way then?
Oh right, yeah.
To line up with it?
Oh right, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that.
If it's
But
going
now
to
we're going to get a good visual.
Oh, is that it there?
Yeah. So we can now
Oh
see it.
Jesus, we're not exactly lined up with the
No, we're
right
not lined
now.
up. That's fine. We're doing visual flight rules now. We actually forgot to set our transponder, so I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
Because
so
0, 2, 1
0 2
under 5,000 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got a visual on the runway.
Okay. Can you tell me when I need to turn
Okay.
to my?
Go to a heading of. Turn left.
Right. You mean?
No, left.
Left.
Left. Yeah.
Left.
Not quite. Onto a heading of about 90. Yeah. Now straighten out again.
Right.
A little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Now straighten out.
Now straight now.
Yeah. Turn right to touch. So we're on heading of 90.
90.
Yeah, which is east. Okay, now keep that. Right, so now we're going to. So now we're currently. We're currently sort of parallel. Oh no, we're not. No. Yeah. All right. No, I was looking at a different thing. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to do? We're going to carry on like this for about a minute, and then we're going to turn left 90 degrees.
Left.
Okay.
90.
Yeah. and then we're going to take a left for another 90 degrees. Right, so now,
Okay,
we're on a
so-
heading of 0, so, which is north.
We're not on a heading of 0, which is...
No, we're on a heading of east, so we're going to turn left to north.
Oh, okay, right.
Heading of
That's
0.
where you want me to turn.
Yeah,
Okay, turning that way now.
good. Nice and smooth.
I want to keep that dial with L and R. Is that right?
Yeah, you
Where-
don't want to go over the L or the R.
Which I'm doing slightly.
So we're currently on a heading of 30. Now we're pretty much north now. So now carry on straight now. Good. Just be a little bit more careful when you straighten out, so it's it's not quite so aggressive. Now we're going to take another left-hand turn, and we're going to go into a heading of about 270, 27. We're going to go left. So we're going to go pretty much, yeah. And then straight away we're going to take another left pretty much. So as soon as you've got, so we're going to be on a heading of about 24.
24.
Yeah.
Where am I looking? We seem to be going, okay, yeah.
We're on 33 now, coming up to 30. Keep turning left.
Turn left. We are west, almost.
Yeah. Keep turning left, keep turning left, keep turning left.
20.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, because we're going to try and land now, Reef. So now you should have a
bit more
visual.
than 24.
Yeah, so you should have a visual now of the runway.
So do we want a
Yes.
heading of... What
I
was
don't know the heading, but we should be able to see it.
Oh yeah, I
You
see
don't need
my
the
head
heading
right
now
now.
to tell us where to go.
So I'm going to go south.
So now, what we're going to do is I'm going to use a trim slightly. We're going to go down, and what I want you to do, Reef,
Leveling out. Yep.
is level out. Okay. Now we need to reduce our speed. We want to be landing at about 50 knots. So reduce our speed completely. Take off all our speed. Now put the
No
flaps
throttle.
onto full.
Full flat pitch.
Yeah. Now we're talking
What
more
does
about.
that slow our plane down?
Yes. So it's flaps are now on a 35-degree angle. So they're on a fairly steep angle. Now this tends to bring up the plane. Now a little bit of power, otherwise we're going to stall. Now it's at a slight angle, and what it means is that we can fly slower but still maintain our lift. We're making the surface area of the wing bigger in effect. So now it's providing a little bit
so
more lift.
we're getting more lift but going slower.
Precisely, yes.
Got it.
So currently our airspeed is about, now that is another interesting thing, your airspeed and your true airspeed. We're currently at 60 knots, so keep your power at this. Now I think you should be able to manage your power manually. Now I'm going to use a little bit of trim to help us land as well. So I'm going to pull back on the drum and hopefully get a nice smooth landing. Now
I
don't
will
just
guarantee a nice smooth landing.
No, don't just jam on the brakes. Gradually let this plane slow down, then apply
Then apply
brakes.
the brakes.
Because otherwise your brakes will overheat and they may very well fail.
Right, is that likely to happen if I...
Yes, that is. If you just decide to hit the brake as soon as you touch down. Now again, we're still at about 60 knots. Only at 65 knots now. I'm going to move right a little bit, try and get onto the runway. Now it's quite windy, as you probably noticed.
Yeah.
Quite crosswind, which is fine.
But quite a crosswind.
Now we're going to slow down a little bit. No,
Even
in fact,
more.
no, sorry, no, carry on like this.
Okay.
Now just be careful, we've got motorway traffic, use a little bit more power, so to make sure, use full power if you
What
hit
was that? What was that?
As a stall, that's fine.
That's still...
Yeah, so you just want to maintain our speed,
we're quite low.
that's fine.
Okay. God, this is hard.
Use a little bit more power. That's fine. Right, now, take the power down a bit. Right there. Okay, try and keep us stable.
Maybe-ish.
Now, full power, full power, full power, full power, we're going to do a go round.
We're going to do a go round. Oh my god, we hit the ground. Maybe should we land?
No,
Keep going.
full power.
Okay,
No,
full
no.
power, full power, full power.
Be gentle, be gentle, be gentle.
I'm trying, but we
Shit.
can't lift up. Don't have enough power to lift. Have you got the trim down?
Yeah,
Down.
come on.
Have you
Right,
got the
okay. Let go of power. Let go of power.
Brakes.
Oh, break!
Oh shit! This is not going well.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
We need some serious landing practice.
Oh dear.
Holy cow. that's-
Okay, well that was my first attempt.
Well, okay.
Wow.
Luckily, this is a desktop simulator.
Yeah. so
Nothing's went wrong. The plane isn't damaged.
should we restart that one?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to try the same thing. We're going to try and take off. We're going to configure your controls because they look a little bit twitchy.
We are just
So- Okay, right, so we've now configured Reith's control, so hopefully
slightly less
a
sensitive.
little bit less sensitive. Now, what we're going to do, we're just going to take off. We're going to go forwards.
Okay, where is the
The runway is just in front of us.
where's the taxiway?
Careful not to crash into the planes.
The best.
Wow, that's going to
Okay.
slow. We're going to take a left-hand turn after this.
And turn down here.
Good.
Go. There we go. Oh, a bit too much left. Okay,
Okay.
this is good. You see now I've got the sort of slightly less sensitive controls. I am actually staying in the middle of the track.
Taxi. Just be careful on our speed.
Okay, slowing us down just a touch.
Is it too unsensitive now?
No, it's fine. It's just a bit.
Because you
Wait.
do look drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I'm just turning one way and then the next way.
I'm going to use some flaps now.
Practice on this. Okay. So you bring the flaps up.
Yeah, but taking them back down. Okay.
Okay. Now is this where we put the?
So now, full power once you're feeling you're stable.
Okay, full power. And lift.
No,
No.
no. Bring up to the speed first. Now just be careful.
We're on the edge of the runway there.
Only tiny movements now start to take off.
Okay, and taking off.
Good. Good. Oh, I expect we're going to have a bit of a crosswind again.
Okay. We do seem to be wobbling left and right, left and right, left and right.
It's fine. That's fine. That's just a little bit of wind. Just a bit of sort of turbulence. Now, we're not going to make it quite as long as last time because we want to practice on your landings. So we're going to go in this direction for a little bit. Currently on a heading of about 25. And we are then going to move left. You can see we're actually now on a heading of close to 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a slight left turn, so I'm heading of 60.
Right. Isn't that a right turn?
No, sorry, a left turn to face north.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Left turn. Whoa. What? Why does it switch directions now? Yeah. Now left is left and right is right. Okay. Okay, so we're going north now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the same thing as me?
When?
We are going north now.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're going pretty much north.
Okay. That's good enough for me.
Okay. Right, now we're going to turn right 180 degrees, so we're going to make a double 90 degree turn. And we're going to turn right onto a heading of about we're on a heading of about 2 really, or 20, sorry. Because of course it's runway 20 which we're landing
So
at.
turning right. We pass. Hang on.
Just past 30.
30.
Passing 60.
60. say?
Now we can use a little bit more turn.
Hamish, what heading did you say you want?
20.
20.
We can use a little bit more turn.
Since that's 120.
Yeah.
And one more turn.
Otherwise we're not going to make. Right, now, reduce the... no, we don't need to reduce the power. I am going to increase the flaps to full. Okay? So that will automatically slow down a bit. Now, on about a heading of 20 now, we should be able to see the runway now.
That's 120, Hamish.
No, it's a heading of 20.
200.
200 even, yes.
210.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, slowly. Now, try and be a little bit more calm now. Now we're going to reduce our altitude and speed. So put no throttle and reduce altitude.
And reducing altitude. Is this too steep? Or?
No, that's fine. Now make a slight right. So you're lined up. You can see the runway. You know roughly where you want to have the thing. We roughly want to have our little compass sort of hitting the runway, and then you know that actually you're fairly. If the compass is in the centre of the runway, you know that we're pretty much bang on.
Just turning.
Okay, now we don't want to go too slowly, but we'll find at the moment we're going 60 knots, okay? Now at 50 knots is dangerously slow, so keep it
Just got a little bit of
at about this speed here, okay? So put a little bit of throttle. You may want to use about 50%. Now on your thing, 50% is there, so that bit there is 50% there, okay?
So that's 50%.
That's 50%, okay? Now turn a little bit more right. A little bit more right. Okay, good. Now I'm going to use a touch of trim to point the nose up only a little bit.
You could do that.
Okay, so you should feel we're playing. Right, want to lift up a bit now. Okay, right. We're now going 70 knots again. That's good.
We are
Line up, and we're going to slowly start to slow down.
So I'm just gonna
Slowly start to slow down. We're at 65 knots. Okay, perfect. Now we're speeding up again a tiny bit. So we're now at 70 knots, reduce. Well done. Is that on idle?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. Right now, slowly. We don't have to perfectly land on the runway. Remember there is a grass runway as well. Now, increase the power a bit. Now, try not to get... Now, it's okay, there's
we're going for the
plenty-
grass runway actually.
Okay, that's fine. Let's land on the grass. Now, reduce. That's good. Very good.
Okay.
Superb.
Okay. Landed and
Brakes, which I've applied a tiny bit
brakes
of.
on.
Now, we don't need to stop. We just need to come to a roll. That's good. Well done.
Okay.
Well
I
done.
forgot
Now,
need to use rudder for this bit.
well done, Reith. That's good.
Okay.
Right, now carry on going forwards. That's
Only
not
problem
bad.
is we did actually miss our runway that I was actually
Okay, yeah.
aiming for.
We did, but that will come with practice. That will come with more confidence and control.
She says it.
It was actually a very good landing. Now, we're going to carry on, and we're just going to carry on straight forwards, and we're simply just going to go off the end of the runway and make a right-hand turn.
Are we going to lift up again?
No, not unless you want to.
Yeah, I mean more
Okay.
practice landing.
Okay, so we're going to make another. So we're going
We
to
can take off now,
at the moment. Reith.
Can we take off now?
No, we can't. We're not going fast enough, and there's not enough runway. So we're going to make a right-hand turn at this sort of intersection here.
So right hand turn here.
Yep. Just slowly, remember. This is only a small plane. You want to be turning at about 10 knots. We're
I
currently
don't know
going
what our
10
speed
now.
is. How do I know what my speed is? Because I can't really see my.
No, I've got Flight Sim Commander, and that's what I'm reading my speed off.
Okay, well I've got my throttle on 50%, and we do not appear to be moving.
That's because we're on grass, so put it on 100%, then bring it back down.
Okay.
Okay. Now
So it
slowly
just needs a
start to
bit
turn.
more to get the inertia down.
I'm just going to tap the brakes.
Okay. Like
Good.
so.
Good.
That's good.
Yep. Now, okay. Remember, you know the procedure now. The flaps are on. I will set the flaps reef, so they're good.
Okay.
You
so
just worry about taking off. I'll talk more about flaps and stuff
right. Okay. So
in a
we
later
are-
episode. I don't want you, sort of having to pressurize yourself into having to deal with trim, having to deal with flaps, having to deal with looking at the speed, because that will come.
Yeah.
Okay, now slowly start to take off. Not full power though.
Not full power yet.
Yeah, so allow it to stabilise, but you do the same normal jets, stabilise at 40%, then full power. Now in the jet we call this toga, where you simply go sort of 40% stabilise toga, you put them fully forwards and then you to start to take off.
Okay, toga then.
So
Go. So we go off the edge.
no, not yet, that's fine.
Oh god, we
Just
just.
a little care.
I think we just skipped the edge of the runway there.
Okay, now let go of your flight controls.
Let go of my flight controls. Hamish, we're heading for some trees. Maybe I should just.
Oh,
Don't
sugar,
say.
whoops, that was my fault. Okay.
Yeah, were you paying any attention?
Yeah, sorry,
to what
I
was
shouldn't have
going
said let go. Now we're gonna just try and stabilise. There's quite a big crosswind here, which is
very
fine.
good. I think we're literally going sideways.
No, there's a lot of crosswind because
God.
we're by the sea. You get the massive gusts of wind that kind of come over the sea, and it kind of provides a massive turbulence. It's a really good airport to land at because although our actual wind is basically, we have no winds at the moment. We have no air wind, but we have a lot of wind coming from the sea, if you like. And that's really pushing us.
But it's
left
sucking
and
us
right.
towards the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not going from the sea, it's going towards the sea. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that very comfortable?
Yeah, I know. So I'm typing something. So.
Right, okay.
So
I'm turning left a bit, I don't need to do that. Why is it doing that?
that's fine. Right now, at the moment we are on heading of about 40. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we carry on this heading of 40,
I turn left, I think we've got a bit of crosswind.
yeah, we have. It's just quite windy by the sea. It's a pretty good airport though, because it really does challenge a pilot's skill.
I have no skill.
But it doesn't matter. It will challenge me with this crosswind.
Okay, so do we do a turn now?
No. We will start. Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, we can turn now.
Can we turn now?
Now we want to be on a heading of about 210. Turn left as well, not right.
Okay, right, well we've already started turning right. Quite a bit.
Okay, that's fine. We're just going to have to go sort of western a little bit. We should see the runway come to visual fairly shortly.
Where is it at?
It's kind of.
here it is.
It's coming up to our 12 o'clock.
I mean, that is quite close, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm
Wanna
going to
keep
keep the flaps on
definitely-
full now.
We definitely want to be turning down.
So slow down a little bit because we're currently going 80 knots.
Okay, throttle on 50%.
Around 50%. I'm going to use a trim, and I'm going to put us down a little bit. You just concentrate on the steering for the moment. I'm going to go down quite rapidly, much
Yeah.
faster than normal. Can't you use so many movements through from the yoke? It makes it a little bit. I know it's quite. It can be difficult on the flight stick. Now we're going to make a slight left-hand turn.
Okay.
Try and make it
Left-hand
more
turn.
visually. Now we should. We're at a fairly good position now. to
No.
land. So keep going right.
Right.
Now start to turn left. We're currently at 70 knots and we're increasing our speed, but only ever so slightly. Now decrease our throttle reef to under 50%. Good.
Lower than 50. I'm on idle at the moment.
Good. Okay, so we're now on 65.
Okay, we are coming in for a landing, left-hand turn.
Okay, straighten up a bit.
Straighten
Now
up.
increase the throttle to about 30%. Only a tiny bit, almost a finger gap from where you fully put it down. So if you put your finger in, that's fairly good. Now turn left a bit, and then we're going to turn right a bit. Good. Now remember, if we don't have to land at the runway, we can land in the centre of the runway. It's 3,000 feet. This plane only needs about 500 feet, and that's like a long, that's a slow stopping. So we're just going to slowly, I'm going to bring the trim down ever so slightly. Now
Okay.
full power.
Dude, we crashed.
That's fine.
It's not entirely fine, to be honest. Okay, we're back in the air.
Okay. Right.
Goes for a falling. Finish.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I think we've broken something now.
Okay. Right.
Throttle off, parking brake on.
Okay.
We definitely did something wrong there.
So I think
Well, we stalled.
we stalled.
And
Yeah.
then we crashed.
So
We're
what's
going too
happening
slowly.
is that we're coming in a little bit too slowly.
And who was it in control of the throttle and stuff that you said, don't worry, just worry about the steering?
You can't have a control of the throttle. I can't do the throttle.
Yeah, I know, but you should have said go faster.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's try and take off again.
Okay. So
And if I hand me controls, Reith, and I'm going to line us up, but I'm going to hand you controls, okay?
Okay, so handing you controls. Image?
Yeah.
Take control. Okay, it's slightly easier for you because you've got an actual
Yoke, yeah.
right yoke.
Whatever reason, this page wants to turn left or right. Right, then.
That's because we're on the Hamish. We need to use the rudder. Hamish, the
Right.
rudder.
No, I don't have one. Right, Reith.
I know you don't.
I haven't got to say.
Oh, you haven't got a rudder.
I've press shift and T, Reith,
Oh right, okay. Okay, that's
and just get us lined up and take it. You can do the takeoff, and I get us sort of
Yeah, I think I've
lined
got
up
the
with
takeoff
runway.
more or less head. Rather than not actually going to stay in it. Like, okay, that's good enough for a takeoff, isn't it? It's long enough for a
Yeah,
takeoff.
so press shift and T.
Okay. There we are a bit. Shift and T. You in control. Hamish, I don't. Hamish, I don't think.
Turn left now.
Okay. Just let me in control, Hamish.
Yeah, I let you control it, but
Because
I'll do the
mine's
flight.
set up and it actually works and yours doesn't. Okay, so do you want to go onto the runway?
Actually, I tell you what, Reith. I tell you what I do. I just put us. Right, I'll put controls on, and I go away.
Oh, loading terrain data.
So I just spawned us in the runway, basically.
Fair enough.
Okay, right. So if you press shift and T,
Shift and T.
right. So we can use some flaps. So let's.
Okay, so you are increasing throttle.
Fortunately, I can't do too much about turning left or
So you
right.
have no rudder control. You can take off, Hamish? When was the last time you actually flew a plane like this? Because normally you're using like the autopilot and the ILS and stuff.
The
ILS?
Cessna, quite a while ago actually, ages ago.
Right, okay.
So I'm turning right now just to sort of try and compensate a little bit.
I have to say I can't even see the plane tilting right.
Alright, no, that's because I'm turning right a bit.
No, I say I can't see the plane tilting right.
I see.
I can see you turning. But there is no tilting in the plane.
So we've got a fairly stable. Well, what's that? Some buildings and stuff.
What's the
Currently, as tell us, you can see on the vertical speed level out, and I'm going to start to turn right fairly sharply.
Okay.
Well, I think we're staying fairly level while losing altitude. Fine, we gain altitude as we go up. Now I'm not going to land this. But I am going to try and get it. Land it off. We're not
Lined up to the road.
No. Right then. Now I'm going to press Shift and T. If you press Shift and T as well, Reith.
Shift and T.
You now have control.
Okay.
Now our speed is currently 80 knots. We're fairly calm. Now try and be as calm as possible under landing. So we're going to come in fast, and then we're going to bring back the throttle, okay? So we're going to stay at about 70-80 knots, so we can't risk the possibility of stalling. Then we're going to bring it back, okay? Because obviously trying to get you to land at like the beginning of the runway takes a little bit more skill, which you haven't developed yet. So we're currently coming in at 81 knots or 80 knots. Now, turn right a little bit. Now we can reduce the power just a touch. We're going to put flaps on full, and that's automatically going to slow us down a load anyway. So putting up the flaps will slow us down by about an instant 10 or 20 knots. Now we're currently going at 65 knots, which is fine. Turn right a touch more. Right, try not to turn right anymore. We're just going to allow the plane to right back. This is good. Now I'm going to use the trim, lift up the nose a little bit. Now put virtually no power.
No power.
It's fine. It's fair. Yeah, that's good. Good. Nice. No, it's okay. That's what landing could look like in crosswinds. I'm just going to tap the brake. Now just keep the power, keep the power, keep the power. Don't use the brake anymore. Good. That's a good landing, Reith.
Is that a good landing?
Yeah. No, the thing is because we've got such a crosswind, it means that you're having to use a lot more rudder than normal. So it means you tend to land at a little bit of an angle, sort of almost a 10 or 20 degree angle as you come in, because the wind's actually pushing you. So you're kind of turning right to stay straight. And that's what we use the rudder for, but otherwise that's a decent landing, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well there we go, that's taking off and landing.
So we're just now going to park now.
Park.
Yep, so we're going to carry on going forwards. Good, well done. So we're going to take taxiway Alpha. I'll show you where that is, or I'll tell you where to turn and stuff. You're going to carry on, and fairly soon you can see where we need to turn left in a minute, and we're going to take Alpha.
How do where are we?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I see it.
Turn left here. Try and reduce our speed a little bit more. That's good, that's good, that's good.
Okay, turning in onto the yellow lines.
Yeah, precisely. Now, of course, because there's not, if there was a Bravo, we'd be turning into Bravo, but there was no Bravo, so we're just going to carry on off. Now, we are going to take, we're going to park in a different place to where we started off, actually. So, after these two bits, we're going to take a right-hand turn, not here, and not this right, the next right after this one. So we see we're at Alpha 3 now. Slow down, Reith, because we're going really fast.
This one here.
So yeah, this one here, which is Alpha 3. Right, turn, get a little bit more
into
forwards.
the hangar?
Yeah, park it in the hangar, for sure. Go on. Now our hangar is open, so hopefully it will look pretty awesome. Pretty unbelievable. Now just make sure that we're not going 15 billion miles in 1 hour. We're going to put flaps up.
This is bumping into the hangar.
And stop. Set the parking brake.
Parking brake on.
Okay, so this brings me to the second part of this lesson. It's not a very long part, but it's all to do with turning off the plane. There's procedures you have to follow when you turn off the plane.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we need to stop the engine. So pull that fuel mixture out fully.
Full mixture.
Now that stops any power to the engine, but we can still use things like flaps and stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
We're going to keep our squawk like that. We're just going to click VFR, the VFR button on the squawk, and it changes it to the default squawk setting, which is 1200.
And what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it means anything.
Fair enough.
That's why you have it on that.
Fair enough. Now what do we do?
We're going to turn off our beacon light.
Turn off beacon light.
Now we should have.
Yeah, turn off.
Now we should have turned off on the taxi lights, but it doesn't matter if we haven't. Turn off the grey master switch.
Grey master switch off.
Now what that does, let me show you. Now
That's
at the moment we can
alarm.
still do flaps and stuff. That's not hydraulic
That's
power.
turned off our radio stack.
It's turned off our radio stack and our dials. You can see they're all at like different odd angles. They're not really referring to anything of where we are currently.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's what that does. The second one is a hydraulics. That turns off everything else, like the
And do we do that
ability to use the flaps. So you can turn off both those master switches
now? So now we
and set the key to off.
key to off. Okay. There we go. Yeah.
Cool. The hydraulics also include the clock as well, but it also turns that off. So now, when I press the flaps button, it does nothing. You can't hear anything.
Okay, fair enough.
This plane is now completely cold and dark.
Yeah.
So and ready for another flight. So it looks pretty good over hangar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is actually part of the UK 2000. The hangar. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that was good.
That's good. I'd say your last landing was pretty decent. It's definitely an adequate landing. I think we still need practice though. I mean, I've done hundreds and hundreds of landings. That's your third one and you managed to do a pretty decent job, so.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I think we need to sort of think more about your speed, your spatial awareness almost. You kind of need to be aware that you don't need to come in too slow, but you can't go miles fast. But if we're coming in at 80 knots, we can still bring that down fairly quickly if we need to. We can get to 80 knots to about 50 knots in a matter of about 5 seconds.
Yeah, which is definitely.
It
you're
means
not
you
even gonna
definitely
get
have
over the
time
runway,
to land. And the runway here is fairly long, it's 3,000 feet, so it's a pretty decent length. So you can, land halfway, you can land in the centre of the runway and still have plenty of time to slow down.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good lesson, Reith. So well done. The next one, I want to talk to you more about the autopilot systems. Also, I want to introduce you to what flap settings you use when, where and when to change the trim. I've just told you a brief bit about flaps on full for landing. Things like that, but I'm going to tell you why and when we use full flaps and only 5 flaps or whatever.
Okay.
Okay?
And that's next lesson.
That's the next lesson. I'll also be teaching you how to use the autopilot, but we won't be doing route planning. Route planning I expect will be lesson 4 or 5, and I'll teach you how to use a route planning system software we have, which is how they plan a route in real life, because we can plan real life routes. So yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Thank you very much for watching, guys,
Thanks
and
very
we'll
much
see
for
you
watching.
next time. Goodbye.
See you next time.